Today we will learn how to segment objects using Florence-2. So let's demonstrate what we are going to do in this tutorial. We will use this test image. Of course it will be part of the code, and we would like to segment this parrot, full segmentation out of this image. So we will write some code, and it will be based on the Microsoft Florence-2 model. And what we are going to do, we will use a prompt. Let's find the prompt. As you can see here, the prompt will be a parrot, and the Florence-2 is based on a transformer. So we will send the image and the prompt to this function, and we will generate a polygon that matches to the parrot. And after that we will extract the result and display it using OpenCV here. As you can see here, we are going to loop through all the polygons, and we are going to draw a polygons and fill it here. As you can see here, fill poly with a yellow color. And after that we will display it using OpenCV. So let's run it and we will see the result. So as you can see, this is the final result, a very good segmentation. So let's go for the next step, which is the installation. Okay, so before we start with the installation, let's open the GitHub page of the Florence-2. As you can see, it was made by Microsoft, and it's a cutting-edge vision language model. So basically it has 4 types of the model. It depends on the size, and as you can see here, it can support many types of tasks, for example object detection and OCR. And in this specific tutorial we will focus on segmentation. So in order to run all the installation, we will jump directly to the install.txt file, and let's move to this file. I will leave, as always, a link in the description file for the installation instructions and for the code as well. So as you can see here, we will start with creating a new Conda environment. I will name it Florence-2. You can choose your own custom name, and it will be based on Python 3.12.3. And after that, of course, we have to activate this environment, so it will be our current working environment. Then we have to install a PyTorch. When you are installing PyTorch, first of all you have to find what is your CUDA version, and this command will do the job. And vcc ---- version, you should run this command in the same command prompt of the Conda environment. And then you have to go to the website. We can go to the PyTorch website and go directly to the link previous versions, and here they are all the version, and for each version you can find the command for the installation. I decided to choose 2.5.0 for this tutorial, and you can see here, if you have a CUDA in 11.8 version, this should be the command for the installation. I have CUDA 12.4, so this is the command for installation of PyTorch 2.5.0. If you don't have a GPU card, of course you can install the CPU version. It will run a little bit slower, but it will do the job. Let's go back to our instruction file. Here is the command in my computer for the CUDA12.4 I copied from the PyTorch website. And after that you have to install more Python libraries. You have to install transformers, theme, packaging, wheel, Ninja. For each of those versions I put the exact version that I used in this tutorial. After that you have to install also the Flash ATTN. I am using this version, and this process may take an hour, maybe 2 hours, so be patient. And after that more Python packages and OpenCV as well for image manipulation. And in the end of the process, when you are running your VS Code, don't forget to click the Ctrl Shift and P, use Select Interpreter, and look for the Florence, the one that you just installed, Florence. I name it Florence 22, so I will use this version for my tutorial. So let's continue for the coding. Let's start with create a new Python file. So we will create a file named Segmentation using Florence-2. And we also use an image, a test image named parrot.jpg. This is the image. As you can see, a man holding a parrot, and we would like to extract and segment the parrot out of this image. As always, I will leave a link in the video description for the code and for the images as well. Let's start with import the essential libraries. This will help us work with the images and how to visual the results. And of course, we will use the Florence-2 from Hugging Face in order to extract and segment the parrot out of the image. So we will use these objects and functions. Next, we're going to use the Florence-2 model from Microsoft, and we will use the large version, and that has a strong performance with segmentation tasks. Now let's load the actual model using Hugging Face transformers, and the trust remote code true flag is needed for Florence-2 since it's used a custom code under the hood. After that, alongside the model, we need a processor to prepare our inputs and interpret the outputs, and this also comes with the Hugging Face. Now this would be our main function named run_Florence2. It runs Florence2 on a given image with a task prompt and an optional text input like our text, a parrot. Now if the user didn't pass any specific text, we'll just use the task prompt. Otherwise, we combine them. Next phase, we use the processor to convert the image and prompt into a model-ready tensor. And this includes both pixel values and the text token IDs. And after that, we are ready to generate the results using the model. So for generating the results, we will use the model.generate function, and we will send several arguments for this function. We will decode up to 1024 new tokens using a beam search to improve the quality. And as you can see, we are sending the inputs IDs, the inputs pixel values, and also some of the other arguments. We will define it as false. So we don't need an early stopping or anything else. We will cover the generate IDs later on. Now, once we have the generated token IDs, we will decode them back into text. So in order to do that, we will use our processor, and we will run a function named batch underscore decode, and we will set our previous result, the generate IDs, into this function. And after that, this is where the magic happens. So we need an answer out of this model, and this model is inside the generated text result. So we will do a post process for the generated text into a usable segmentation data, like a polygon coordinates and labels. And this parse result will be returned out of this function, so we can use this function for other images and other prompts. Now let's load our actual image and try this out. We will take this photo. Let's copy the path for our image. And next we will define our task prompt. This is a specific task we are doing, referring expression segmentation. So we are sending a request for doing a segmentation task, and basically we are asking Florence-2 to find objects described in a plain language. Now we will run the model. We are asking it to segment a parrot in the image, and the output will be stored in a dictionary under a task name. So let's print the data, and let's run the result. Let's run the code so far, and now we are expecting to receive a lot of let's say dots or points that are the segmentation of the parrot. Let's run it on fast forward and let's see the result. As you can see, we have a lot of numbers. So let's use these numbers in order to display the result on our image. So first of all, let's convert the PIL image into an OpenCV format. OpenCV expects BGR instead of RGB, so we will also convert our image from a channel of RGB into a BGR. Now let's set some visualization parameters like the thickness, the font, and the labeling. And now we will loop through the predicted polygons and draw them. So here are the results, the polygon and the labels. And now let's run through all the polygons. And for each polygon, let's reshape the polygon points into a pairs of X and Y. And next, if we have an invalid polygon, let's define it if we have fewer than 3 points. So if we have an invalid polygon, we will skip this, let's say, this item inside our polygon loop and continue to the next one. Now, if we want a field mask, not just outline the object, we will use the fill poly function. So we will use the OpenCV function fill poly, and we will send the image and the array of polygon. If we want just an outliner, we can send a false for this fill mask variable. And let's draw it with a yellow color. And after that, let's draw the outline with a different color. Now let's add the label text near the polygon. We will position it slightly offset so it will be readable. So this is the position of the text, and we will use the OpenCV put text function in order to put the label next to the polygon. So at this point we drawn everything, and since the dimension of the image is very large, let's resize the image so it will fit nicely on the screen. So let's redefine the width of the image and the height of the image. We'll define a new width and a new height, and after that we will use the OpenCV resize function in order to reduce the size of the image. And finally we'll display the image in a window, and before that let's fix some errors. Instead of fill poly, it should be polylines. This is the outline of our segmented objects. And let's also use the device for if you have a CUDA, we would like to use our CUDA. So let's move our model into the device, and also we have to move the inputs into a device. If you have a GPU card, it will run through the GPU, otherwise it will use the CPU. So let's run it and see the result. And now, as you can see, the parrot is fully segmented. Great. Very nice results. So thank you very much. You're most welcome to subscribe my channel. See you in my next videos.